the tape for this, our main event of the evening. We introduce the champion, Chris, the West Side Strangler Brennan. Let's get it all!
All right, guys, welcome to the third episode trying to break down the fights tonight, UFC 279. So, on our recap yesterday, or kind of the breaking news, was talking about who I thought they could put together, and leaving out that Poirier had made that, or Mike Brown had made that post about Poirier was ready. The next thing I said was Chimaev should go with Holland, and Diaz should go with Tony, and then the other two guys, Lee and Rodriguez could fight each other. And sure enough, that's exactly what they put together. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, unless it comes to our government, but I kind of called it just because I called it before it happened, because 2 days before the weigh-ins, Chimaev and Kevin Holland got into it at the PI. And then the next day, they got into it again at the press conference. And so Dana has now told us that he basically can't control his fighters, and said they had to cancel the press conference because of what was going on. So it's kind of whatever to me that he couldn't say, guys, if one guy throws a punch, your fight's off. If one guy throws a punch, you're suspended. Your contract's banned. You're whatever. Like, he could have controlled the guys, but stopping the press conference from happening basically built up more of what was about to take place, right? And so the Kevin Holland Chimaev thing was going on for 2 days, building up to what was to take place yesterday in Chimaev missing weight. So Chimaev misses weight at the exact weight, give or take a half a pound, as Kevin Holland's catch weight. So Kevin Holland had a catch weight leading up to the fight. Why? I don't know. It wasn't a short notice fight. So he had a catch weight leading up to the fight, and Chimaev missed his weight for Diaz to be the weight to fight Kevin Holland. When he got on the scale, they announced him as 178.5. He said, not bad, and laughed, right? So he knew, right? Like, he knew what was going on. He wasn't like, shit, I've got to give up 20% of my purse to Nate. This is the biggest payday I've ever had. I didn't make weight by an entire weight class. Come on. So I don't buy it. But regardless, we did end up with a better card. Nate now has a chance to win. He did not have a chance to win 2 days ago. Ferguson also has, that's a great fight. That's a fight that should have taken place a long time ago. Chimaev, I think, now has a tougher fight. Kevin Holland, on the scale, they asked him if he thought it was a better fight. He said, hell no, but it's going to be a good one. I think it is a tougher fight for Holland, but I think it's a much tougher fight for Chimaev than it was for Holland. Than it was when he was fighting Nate. So I think he now actually has a fight on his hands. He could come out and do the same thing he's been doing, who knows, but I think he's definitely got a fight on his hands. Lee and Rodriguez, I know nothing about either guy, so I'm not going to comment. I am going with Chimaev, even though I'd like to see Kevin Holland win that fight. And I am going with, it's a tough call on the Nate and the Ferguson fight. Had this fight happened years ago, it would have been a completely different, I'd have picked Ferguson all day long. I would like to see Ferguson pull it off. This is a main event with guys coming off of 6 losses in a row. Tony's coming off 4, Nate's coming off 2. They're both clearly at the end and on a long skid. And so I'm going to go with Tony, but absolutely would not be shocked if Nate won that fight. And then, my biggest, and remember I said this, the biggest thing that's going to take place tonight is Nate getting on the microphone after his fight. God knows what he's going to say. So that's what you should watch for.
It is all over, just like that.